You know the story of Jack Lewis, the Jack Lewis, the Jack P. Lewis, the Dr. Jack P. Lewis. He was a man of letters. We all know that. But there are some numbers that tell his story quite well, too. His story begins in 1919 in rural Texas. He grew up there and attended college in his home state, where he finished first in his class. He spent 5 summers selling Bibles door to door. After graduation, he started preaching and soon left Texas and went over 1,800 miles to do graduate work in Cambridge, Massachusetts, where he started a PhD in New Testament at Harvard University. During that time, he even worked in a shoe factory. As he neared the end at Harvard, he was offered a fellowship at Hebrew Union College, so Dr. Jack P. Lewis made the move. He did a PhD in Hebrew Bible there. One day, he got a call from a small college in Searcy, Arkansas, who asked him to come teach. This was an offer he couldn't refuse. Peace! Shalom, y'all. But in 1958, Harding started a graduate school in Memphis. This school built up around Jack Lewis. Now, Dr. Jack P. Lewis. He taught in Memphis for 50 years, 35 classes on every topic, everything. He was an expert on topics that you didn't even know were topics. A lot of scholars have written 1 book or 2. He wrote 31 books. Yeah, you could buy your spouse Jack Lewis's newest book every Christmas and not need a new gift idea for 32 years. Well played. Or maybe not. But he wasn't just writing books. He wrote 84 academic articles, like the kind with the footnotes, the kind that editors send back with red ink and ask for revisions. Bruh did that 84 times. But he didn't only focus his work on scholars. He also wrote 245 articles in magazines that addressed the church. You could read 1 article a week for all 4 years of college and never run out of articles, unless you spend more than 4 years in college. But Jack wouldn't have done that. He served for 25 years on the missions committee at White Station, who planted over 50 churches during his time there. And he traveled. He took Christians from around the country on his 33 tours of the Holy Lands. That's over 13,000 miles round trip each time. That's 429,000 miles in an airplane. But it's only 239,000 to get to the moon. And you might have known some of that. But that might not be the most interesting thing about Jack Lewis. To know Jack P. Lewis, you had to know about how he handled his money. Well, his money, I guess. But he didn't really treat it like it was his. He spent his 60 years in Memphis in the same modest home. He spared, saved, and reused everything, and even picked up empty cans on his walk to work. He stored them somewhere in his office. He would recycle them later. It's just 5 cents. A nickel. But it was still 5 cents. All that money, we know where it went. Nobody has given more. In fact, he gave so much to the library that last year, half of the volumes were bought with money he had given. He drove beat-up cars so that we could read new books. He picked up cans so we could receive scholarships. 60 seconds per minute. 60 minutes every hour, 24 hours each day, 365 days in a year for 99 years. It is impressive what can be done through one life. It's just one life, but one life can do a lot. I wonder what God can do through yours.